Nature abhors a vacuum. But wait, what's that got to do with getting rid of our negative self-talk? Stay tuned. Aristotle made the observation that nature abhors a vacuum. No, not that kind. Since his time, scientists have debated the veracity of his idea and have come up with lots of different conclusions and explanations. Quantum mechanics has now shown us that even if you are able to create a true vacuum, removing all the stuff from a given space, fluctuations of energy are still present. Clearly, there's a dynamic quality about space, empty or not. Now, in our quest to conquer our negative self-talk, once we've opened up a space between ourselves, who we know ourselves to be, and our thoughts and our habits, it's important to fill that space with something new, or it's likely the old will find its way back in. The third phase in the process of moving past our self-doubt is create a new message. This new message is what you want to become a habit and eventually your new belief. Repeating affirmations has become a relatively well-known tactic to change the way that we think. Louise Hay, founder of Hay House Publications, and Wayne Dyer and many, many others encourage the use of affirmations. Both Louise Hay and Wayne Dyer were skilled at creating powerful affirmations that help to broaden one's perspective. Yet, many have found these affirmations don't have the effect in their lives that they want. They just don't seem to work for them. The reason is simple. Even though the affirmation may be strong and empowering, it's not the right affirmation for them. It doesn't speak to their unique situation and consequently may not be believable to them. Matching the person with the affirmation is crucial to making it work. We all need custom-designed solutions to our custom-created blocks. We also need to remember that our inner critic likes to argue. Let's say that your old message from your inner critic has been something like, "You're not smart enough." If you simply say, "I am smart enough," your inner critic likely goes to work to point out all the evidence that says you're not smart enough. As I write in Thoughts on Demand, our inner critic immediately strikes up an argument, and because our old belief patterns are strong, we're easily drawn back into that argument. All the inner critic needs to do to get its way is to get us to engage in a debate. It doesn't even have to win. The debate alone keeps the lie alive. What we need to do is find a statement that not only says what we want, but doesn't draw arguments from the inner critic. This is where really getting to the root of the lie in the second phase is helpful. Now, once you've uncovered the root of the lies your self-doubt has been telling, you can then come up with a statement that addresses those roots directly. If you don't get to the root of the lies, the new message you create will not likely create the powerful affirmation that you want. So come up with a new statement that you want to believe, that you want to become your new way of being. And let it speak right to the message underneath the lies. Probably begin with the words, "I am." Then refine and refine that message until it's as strong as it can be. Now, as you're coming up with your new message, pay close attention to every word and phrase. How do they each feel? Is there something that has a subtle weakness to it or encourages argument? Refine the message until you can find no weakness nor argument in it. You want the message to be strong, empowering, and believable. You want this statement to arouse a strong emotional response. And it should really just make your heart sing. You want to ignite the passion and excitement that comes from an inspiring idea. It also shouldn't arouse debate. When you're considering this aspect, you can ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is completely unbelievable and 10 is completely believable, how believable a particular statement then is. Now, you're of course looking for a 10, but you want it to be at least an 8. If you can't honestly answer 8 or higher, your statement probably needs refining. Sometimes you can increase the believability sufficiently simply by changing the beginning of your statement from I am to frequently I am. In some cases, that's a great place to start. In the book, I discuss a number of different ways to create a new message. What they all have in common, though, is a clarity about the roots of our self-doubt, and they address those roots directly. The other thing they all have in common is that they are all a process. We begin with an initial new thought, try it on, see how it feels, and ask if it is strong, empowering, and believable. And then we refine it as much as necessary until we can't find any weakness in it. Creating your custom-designed affirmation isn't hard, but there are some examples in the book that can serve as a great jumping-off point. If you want to pick up a copy, you can go to thoughtsondemand.org or just use the link in the description below. Till next time, I wish you abundance and joy.